Yo, somebody tell me why my cat decides to speak up right now in the middle of this. Like, no, go over there, go lay down. No, I got too many noises. For this shit. Too many. God, she always meowing. Don't bother me when I'm doing this. No, there ain't nothing in there. All you want to do is eat. No, give me this. There ain't nothing in there. Go meow somewhere else. I swear to God. She gonna stress me the fuck out. And see, this is why I can't do this here. People be like, oh, why don't you just stream and shit? Because I got too many noises, okay? There ain't no private area to do this. My chair makes noises. My cat makes noises. The train outside makes noises. My neighbors go in and out of their apartment to smoke. But this is the raw, uncut version. This is what we do, okay? This is what this is. This is what QR.97 is built on. We're going to use this to develop power. We're going to use this to develop and showcase what this really is. Nice. She went to go lay down. All right, let's test the audio. Let's go to YouTube. All right, that's something.
What's the word, y'all? So
nice. Gang. Shout out Micah. Go support Micah. Micah. Bro, a hella good painter. I hope to work with him one day. Get him on the show to talk about art and shit. Alright, but today is special. Today's the first episode of QR.97. Welcome. Hello. This is a live show. It is being streamed on YouTube. I've been told that maybe I can stream on Twitch. Actually, I know that I can do both, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We are only going to worry about YouTube. Focus is on YouTube. I'm going to be doing this a lot more. I'm going to be doing this more often. The goal is once a week for about 2 hours. Sometimes we'll be doing album reviews. Sometimes we won't be. Sometimes we'll be in the studio or in a studio. And I got a producer and I got an artist, and they're going to be working together. They don't know that yet. Well, the artist does, but the producer doesn't. I got to speak to him. And this is going to be our show. This is going to be the show. Sometimes we'll be doing graphic design. Sometimes we'll be, talking music, talking big moments in culture, sort of things like that. Things that keep the needle moving. Things that keep the conversation going. Things that start the conversation. Make sure everybody's still talking, Because the thing is that in this industry that we're in right now, the things that we are doing, there's such a lack of communication. There's such a lack of concrete information being held onto. And there's such a lack of the next generation. I mean, don't get me wrong. People talk about it. I have peers and they be talking, but you know what? I just feel like we can do it better. We can do more. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to do more. All right. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a little deep dive through Instagram. We're going to go to home. Welcome to my Instagram homepage. We're going to search for BNY. Nope. No, we're not. We're going to search up IBEEN. Alright, so the album that we're listening to today, welcome to the first episode. Like I said, we will be listening to Group Hug by Vinny. Now, Vinny's a crazy artist. Okay? At this moment, August 20th, 2025, 171 monthly listeners. Insane. I need that number up. You know, this motherfucker ain't playing. He not playing. And if you guys check his shit out, you'll understand what I'm saying. If we go through albums, he has a couple albums to cut, but at the same time, these are the ones that are available. And trust me, ain't nothing but hits. Ain't nothing but hits on the entire thing. And a lot of it's self-produced. So we have Isn't It Omada Deluxe. This dropped a couple years ago, but he gave us a deluxe version with a couple other songs on it, such as Golden Child, Cry About It, this interlude. I want to say Marcy's interlude, but that's the wrong pronunciation. And then we have either our Etherway bonus track. This shit was crazy. I think Soon Enough was also on here. I found this album probably like 2020, and then he re-released it with that, with the bonus tracks. Crazy album. We talked about it. You can read about it. In fact, let's open. I'll show you, because we're actually going to do a deep dive. This is Vinny's episode today. This is Vinny's episode. So, fun fact. Let's talk about it. Okay, so if we go through here, where is it? He got rap album. Did he get rap? Yeah, he did. He got rap. Where? I don't know my own shit. The fuck? Yeah, here it is. We talked about Carrot Lock. He got rap album of the year as a favorite for QIOM in 2024. There's a bunch of stuff that we did. We're going to talk about Ray Murado one day. That'll be another episode. This is another one that we did. I don't think this album is out, so this is kind of disappointing for me personally, because this is cool, and I fuck with the concept, I fuck with this whole thing, but you know, that's the way that the business and shit run. He also got, if I'm not mistaken, was he on it? Yeah, here he is. E was crazy. I actually did some, I did work for E, so that was fun as shit. And that was in 2023. And then MacBo Tight. And then if we come all the way down, keep going. I've done a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie, I've done a lot of work. He also got Bradasca. That shit tight. You gotta tap into that project. We'll tap into that project eventually. This is when we announced QR.97. It was a little bit different, but we are revamping and re-bringing it up. Train to Busan. Track not available anymore, but tight. Not gonna lie. This is just some promotional work that I did. This is not the cover, but I fucked with it. I fucked with it a lot. That I wanted to bring more eyes to it, so that's why I created that. But here, back in the day, so. The projects that you don't get to hear right now, Laundromat Volume 3, and then Charcoal Baby are 2, and then Isn't It Omada. So it was 15 tracks. So yeah, so he had, Soon Enough. I guess Soon Enough was already on there. I don't know if I believe that though. I don't know, but we'll let it slide. But yeah, I think it was just the 4 extra tracks. But that's not the conversation that we're having today. If you want to go check that out, go check that out. I'll put a link in the description for everything that we talk about Vinny on here, so you guys can go see what we had to say about it. Go do your own research. Go learn, tap in, learn some stuff. This was the first time that I'm pretty sure this is the first time that we featured Vinny. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. Right here, GSV from the upcoming album, The Fruit Basket. He might have been featured on 1 or 2 more of these, but I think that was the first time. That was also the where is it? Yeah, this is the first time that we had a YouTube feature. This is the only time a YouTube song has ever made it onto the Sounds in the Studio. Exclusive YouTube song. Just a little history for y'all. But like I said, Vinny is a tight ass motherfucking artist, bro. kicking it. Bro was good as shit. And I knew that once he had the visuals, it was game over. It was game over once he had the visuals. And I'm not gonna lie, bro's visuals are insane. I don't know who does it. I don't know how he does it. I don't know who's cooking behind there. But for a while, well, homie didn't have no visuals. And then he got visuals. He did these things where he put the lyrics up. This shit was tight. I still think he should do this more. I think he should do it for all. So Vinny, if you're watching this, I know you're gonna be watching this. I hope that you do this. Do this for all your tracks. Put them all out like this, and then do the music video. Release one of these and then the music video. That shit is all tight. We're gonna deep dive on this one day. One day I'm just gonna sit here for like hours. So you got all the visuals for Carrot Lock, Germ. Shout out Germ. Germ a homie for sure. But yeah, once he had the visuals, I was like, oh, it's game over for these kids. They don't know. They do not know. Let's see. But since we're talking about Group Hug today, we're doing a review of Group Hug. Ran open for Rome Streets, okay? This man's been moving, okay? So you know he's stepping. He opened for Isaiah Rashad. Way back when. Way back when. We'll talk about that eventually one day. But, yeah. Bro's cooking. And you guys do not know. This album, it's out. Rabbit? Are you kidding me? Rabbit is crazy. I'm so glad that he brought Rabbit back. Alright, so since we're talking about Group Hug, we're gonna watch a little visualizer that we have for Group Hug. And then this is for gang shit. This track already dropped. This track dropped a little bit. August 6th was the single release for this. Shit was tight. Shit was cool. Okay? So we're gonna tap into the visualizer, then we'll go into the album.
Gang shit, you know. Okay, shouts out the games, I'm bad, they go beast mode. Not one like I'm playing some, I look like Devo. Plus deck on my hero, told me that in life you won't carry without an ego. All might, I feel like Sumi invisible. Niggas think they the mark, you are not invisible. Been 10 o'clock, watch me as I talk, check a poor boy. I'm brand new flannel top. Converse is done, it's new shoes to rock. My new balance, cool field in my dad's shoes. The scheme's over, bitch, I been.
Already set up 30 Cleveland, and this shit ain't what it was. Now people mad bitching about why I take off the gloves. Now I put them back on just to hide a print of my thumbs. I'm a prince, my pedigree indigenous in my blood. Where motherfuckers gon' find me my old ways. The prodigy flow major, product of close cases. Problematic, I probably embody the old grace. Kamikaze a prophet, I promise a cold fake. Cracking the code, it was selling while I was safe. Said it's snowing inside, should I call that shit home base? So cracking my code, my habitat dissipates. Being frank and sane can never replicate my DNA shit.
Alright, so you guys get a little taste of the visuals. Trust me, that's a draft, bro. That's a draft. Go back and check out some of this other shit. Alright, but so how is this gonna work? Okay, so we're gonna listen to a song. I'm gonna try not to commentate over top of it, and then I have another laptop open, which I will be writing down my thoughts while we listen, and then we'll tap back in after one song, or we'll tap back in afterwards, and we'll talk about it. I'll tell you my thoughts. We'll go about. I'll tell you what I think. We'll pick up on couple things that I heard and shit. But I want to focus on just the music. So we're just gonna sit here, listen to the album. Shit's only 22 minutes, so it's gonna be quick. My PC's not finished setting up, so I guess we'll do this first. My bad. I wasn't really prepared. This is kind of off whim. So it is what it is. Whatever. Okay, so I have to do a whole bunch of other shit. One sec. Piece of shit. But like I said, this is the beautiful part about, when you're not prepared. When with QR.97, we are not supposed to be prepared. This is raw, uncut, done, easy. Okay. This is what it's all about. It's literally what it's all about. It's sitting here, doing it just off the cuff. Off the cuff. I see people when the thing is that I want to set a precedent is that you can just do shit. You don't need a lot, okay? You don't need high quality camera. You don't need high quality microphone. You do need high quality speakers, don't get me wrong. I mean, to an extent. You don't really, but you should. Because you want to be able to hear it. You want to hear it properly. But you even don't need that. You can just, anything. You can start with anything. And the fact that we have iPhones now, like, you guys have no idea. Like, I used to be doing this shit, and I used to have the front camera on my laptop. I'd have my laptop turned around backwards, or like facing monitor to monitor, facing the screen, recording off the camera backwards in like flipped, and just doing this shit like fucked up. And people, I didn't have many views back in the day either, but like I was trying. And I think that's what people forget, is that all you have to do is try. And once you try and you realize that you can just keep trying from there, and you grow and you add more to it from there, you can just keep going. And you just keep going and keep going until eventually you can update and upgrade, and you know where to upgrade, you know what you need more, or you know what you need to do first. And I think that's the most important part about doing all this, is that just starting, doing it, progress, repeat. Starting, doing it, progress, repeat. Starting, doing it, progress, repeat. And like the fact that people are out here and they think so hard about how they can go about it, or like these extreme breakdowns, or like letting this music just like exist for like a week and a half and then moving on to the next thing. I got real sick and tired of that. Cause like, I'll tell you why. So last year, damn, I posted a lot. Last year I did reels, okay? So people were like, yo, you gotta do reels. You know, reels are the content. Reels are the shit. And you guys get to see the numbers. I never boosted any of these reels, okay? This is just pure sharing. But the way that I did it was very unique, okay? So what I did, and this is, okay, I'm giving you free game. I'm telling you what I did. When I made the reel, okay, so every week I would break down the new releases, okay? And I would tell you what time I made this. I would at the artist. So Preem would get mentioned in the story. And what would happen is that when 21 Savage or whatever artist seen this on my story, they would see it and then they'd be able to repost it. Now, what's the benefit of me doing this as a story and then turning it into a reel? I'll tell you. One, it's bonus content for the artist, okay? It's a review in 10 seconds, which is genius to an extent. You don't have to, it's not a blog sitting there like critiquing every part of the album, okay? It's like you're looking at it and I'm adding some. Thames takes on a journey. Wait, let's fuck it. But like, you can see what we're doing. You know, it's just quick, very simple breakdown of what we did, or what we heard, how we got to experience the album, our first thoughts, that sort of thing, right? And it was sick. It was awesome, and I got a lot of traction, These profile views, I don't know, it's not on here, but the profile views, crazy. And I got to interact with artists that I never would have been able to interact with ever in my life. Did I think I'd be able to interact with some of these artists, which was amazing for me. It was amazing for me, and it was like definitely motivating, hella motivating. You know, like seeing like Conductor Williams post my shit on his story, and like understanding that like, for me, it wasn't the fact that I was getting, like, I didn't get many followers. Don't get me wrong. I have 425, but I did not get many followers from this. And I did not get a whole lot of, like, I didn't get as much interaction as I would have hoped, like communication, per se, from artists to me. However, I did lock in a lot of motherfucking relationships because of what I did here. There's a lot of artists, and I have a few artists that send me shit early. And I honestly, as a fan, I'm I'm almost conflicted when they do that, because like as a fan, I want to listen to the new shit and before everybody else, but at the same time, as a fan, I want to experience it how you built it, right? So I don't really want to listen to it early. I kind of want to listen to it when everybody else gets their hands on it. So I'm very conflicted at that point, but I do enjoy when people tell me earlier than when they post that, hey, we got some shit coming, or we got some shit brewing, or like, hey, here's a little debrief. I'd love for you to do a little something for it. And so I'm on the cusp of doing that, and I want to act upon that for the artists that have actually reached out. And I do certain things in the background that many other people do not do, and this is one of those things. But what's on record was a crazy idea. It worked really well, but the thing is that I didn't get to spend much time with the music, and I learned that when Tyler Creator's Chromacopia came out. Okay, so what happened was Tyler Creator released Chromacopia on a Monday. Earth Gang released their album the Tuesday right after. But Tyler said, and I'm not going to quote him, but he pretty much said that when you get music on a Friday, you listen to it during, going to the club, going out, blah, 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 doing all that shit. And like, he's right. I did. I listened to a lot of the shit at work where I work night shift, and I'm downtown. I'm experiencing it with people that also enjoy music, but I'm also experiencing it where I don't get to sit down and really enjoy it, or I'm not putting it in different spaces. Like, if you're listening to an album, you should be able to sit down and listen to it. You should be able to listen to it in the shower. You should be able to listen to it while you're cleaning your house. You should be able to listen to it while you're running errands. And then you start to figure out what songs hit when they hit. And they hit differently depending on what you're doing. And I find that so super important when it comes to listening to music nowadays. And so I had to take a year off. I took a year off. So crazy enough, QIOM took a year off, not because of just that. I had a lot of other things I had to figure out, and I had to like really think about what I was doing, and I wanted to let what's on record kind of like sit and marinate. I wanted people to remember that QIOM still has impact, or like really let that name sink in, because it started to get to a point where I knew that artists follow artists, right? And artists started sharing this, and then I knew other artists would see it, and then those artists would see that I'm blah blah blah. It was a genius idea, and somebody owes me a pat on the back. And frankly, if there was another company that did this, if there was another creative agency that tried this with a bigger following, it would super succeed their business, and it would super succeed their availability. Like if labels did this for their artists, it would go insane. Or like other platforms that have bigger numbers than I do. I don't have bigger numbers, so I can only go as far as I can push it. Of course, I'm not boosting nothing, so I want it to be organic. So that's why I'm okay with the low numbers, because I know that the impact is way bigger than what I think it is. Now, I wish I could have done 52 weeks, but I missed a couple weeks. I'm almost behind, or I just kind of like, I don't know, what time is this? 12. Yeah, there's just a couple weeks where I think it was like December or something. I just didn't do anything. I don't know. Either way, I wish I could have done it. I wish I could have it was cool finding all these different color palettes. Some look really good. Some look kind of ass. It was super sick. It was super cool. I'm definitely going to bring it back eventually in the future, but I wanted to reinvent it. I wanted to do it differently. So that will probably come back in another time. But right now, we're going to take the year 2026. Right now, 2025 is kind of like not a write-off, but I got a lot of other side projects that I'm working on right now. Bringing back QR.97 as like an actual radio show where you guys can tap in, ask questions, come listen to the album with me and that sort of shit. And kind of do do the blog era type shit, because I want to bring back the blogs. I feel like the blog era is not, it's not that it's impossible to have, it's that we're not focusing on how to maintain it in the platforms that we have. So I'm gonna bring it back, but that's a short little like rundown of what we're doing, what happened, and just like as my computer updates, you know. Just had to talk a little bit. But okay, so right now everything's good to go. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna mute my mic, I'm gonna turn the album on, and we're gonna listen to this. So let's go. Vinny said I could listen to this. Shout out Vinny. So if I get copyrighted or anything like that, then get fucked. So we'll see what happens. All right, mic gets muted now.
Alright, fuck an intro.
I'm facing down this path where do the math is more than money buys. Square root is sharing all the pies. Do the dare to try, pay your fare, knowing nothing's fair where you will reside. Try to hide, open up a trust, put your pride aside. Open up, wonder why when rapping ain't nothing to write. Was bold as fuck, I got my ass jumped, but I just lost the fight inside my mind. It's 3 minds trying to tell a story of a revive. Free pre-pro and free life, I divided once I decided that it's been time. Tapping on the G-Shock, gotta do it like we ain't coming with P-Rock. Like trying to find a taste for some culture she's supposed to know. I can tell you my culture from just the rope alone. I done kept up to keep up, slept it became sleeper. The brain grows wider, my thoughts get deeper. We hiding under a cove, hoping I don't catch a cold, but trying to be the sickest, coughing on what I'm told, like COVID. Niggas need heat, God look at what the stove did. Push the T for the fun of it, like Granddad, I must be AK-47, K.A. Collection plates for the brethren. Bow head like Shaq, Mouse Thoughts, lottery talk. Let me take it where you ain't headed, nigga.
Brother, I'm at work right now as we speak, getting this fetty, you know, trying to make a living, but nigga, that's real. Like, you try to find the things, you know what I'm saying, you hit the blunt or whatever, but nigga, it don't nothing do it like pen on page. And it's like, especially when niggas not listening, that shit can spiral into something real dark, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't understand what we go through to have to be able to do this shit, or, you know, the shit that we put in these songs, bro. Niggas really have no idea.
They say I really talk a lot about trying to talk the talkers, walk the streets like what they talking about, man. They say I really talk a lot about trying to talk the talkers, walk the streets like what they talking about, man. Trying to sell myself is harder than I thought, dog. The devil want me in heat waves over my car, dog, man. Trying to sell myself is harder than I thought, dog. The devil want me in heat waves over my car. I smoke a blunt and think heat wave at me, that tax off. Yeah. I showed her some that think we raised bad to the wax off. Yeah. My cousin used to say I was Einstein, my tight toe is looking total loss on the low key. I took the mask off. I be terraforming the earth into what I wanted to become. Niggas get on or they get over, get older and leave. I can't dodge when niggas throw this under lock and key, bruh. I read the books, I seen the wisdom that they hear from QIE. I got the vision in my eye, I treat it like anatomy. I'm stuck into my states right off the whiskey. My nigga anatomy. Reds for this 1962 banner keep after me. Yeah. Lab trying to think of where to stand in all the travesty. Plans up, these niggas get roundabout treatment. Playing tough, I played enough and let niggas play with my stature obsolete. This all be mental torture in the end. I'm about to travesty. Why receive teachers from God headed to you from me? Keep this to yourself, I never use this word around loosely. Shit is really garbage, what happened to larger life enigmas? These niggas got crop off and nobody watched the absentee. Yeah. So I'm about to round house niggas, they say they acting me. Big kid coming through on your playground, you had to swing. Big shit's taking this from my dog, cause you just had the beach. Been off trying to get my paper right, you understand? Big shoes filling, you niggas walk around in daddy feet. Y'all big chillin' and I been sadly the ACI, ACDC niggas for those who like to rock with me. I can't stand when niggas sit at, I been there, I can't play coy, you niggas relay the E-Ray. Huh? Yeah, fuck that, I've been floating around trying to capitalize on all the bummer that I've been feeling for corporate since they had brought me under. They put me in limbo, been no toe, niggas duck for the summer. Summer up and I ain't noticed I'm not in them numbers. Took the walk of the tundra and tried to find a reason. It's nothing some work go do. Told my bosses it's open season. Bear with me, I tried some praying, I tried to tone it, yet my test was longer than most. Just that take some decent, meaning I can't be what I want. I gotta work on the weekend. I stared at the mic like, bitch, better bring me some greenery. I stared in the mirror like, bitch, what they call you quitting. I stared at the roof of my mama's like, where is the ceiling? Moved around like I was playing Monopoly. Money was in it as part of the coping. Fuck it, that was the reason. I had to relay the message to my little group of people. It broke apart a piece of my childhood every fucking minute. Leeway skinny the blunts back then, I swear to God. Now it's woods I shouldn't have packed. Got it lasting as P-check. Niggas thought they was tuned in, it didn't have a weed on the sound. All you get is an old-fashioned repeat rate. Tryna get some Prego true slime. My mama had me naturally. The womb gave us her abdomen. No C-sec, C-threat. The roots are shallow. I'm tryna see some real competition. I'm just a weedhead tryna get in the seabed. I got this shit on her. I got this shit on a log. I got this shit on a. I got this shit on a.
Low key, when I listen to that, the original loop, I kind of hear like this boom, boom. Niggas want that bread, gotta ride slowly. Niggas want that bread, gotta ride slowly.
Get more obstacles in the way, my nigga pick this brain a lot. Self-lobotomy going stupid, thinking off the top. Something's grabbing me from a few, it's on my mind tonight. I lose, I gotta ride it back, to prove I didn't waste my time. Niggas getting granted the crossover a dotted line and don't even know what to do with it. They got my stomach tied, did all I done for the doom in it. They left me big divine. You couldn't even king them if you want, that's a line. I symbolically been a clock, mind clicking, ticking halfway, walking up where the block. My niggas say that I could have been close to a start of a climb, crowded out crying for something that let me rock. AC is surviving a mission, is to talk about how I feel, that's how these niggas feel around me. Wait to tell it to they bitch, it's so unreal, the world is pillow talkers. Image got the tricks, I'm silly rabbit, got the guilt, the gap, and is it all a gift? Thunderous night, say don't lose yourself, nigga. I'm in my head, I took that out to the chest, too. My sister said today that I was a phantom. These are all the things that yin and yang is high like a cancer. I mainly rap these songs myself in the bathroom. I got these has-been thoughts from a classroom. It's difficult trying to hold to a lesson. My rabbit holders, I don't know what I have is a blessing. I'm trying to turn it all around like about face. About faith until it's all gone like a legend. Tell God the rap she gon' have to move around me. I focus, walk the hawk, a shotgun to heaven. GMO shit, nigga want that bread, gotta ride slowly, leaning it all. Could depend where you wanna go. Shit, I can't actually, I got no more. Shit, sights make me sick. I seen niggas that ain't even right that get picked. I seen niggas that ain't even right that get picked. Some smart, others can't speak far enough to a kid. I was one, I know I feel like one at times and shit get tough. Still choked up, trying to think who to kill for the record. I got doubts that I feel can't be real. Put it all to bed, but putting on headphones, the grill, pull a cake, but I think I'm looping the third time around, nigga. Whole gang gon' get down with your house, nigga. Smile on my face when the plan is going south. Get it? Used to have it all in a binder broke 4 years ago. Witchcraft dead, this may sound cynical. Some niggas get cursed, crossing their biblical nature. We call it karma, I call on the insulator helmet. Trying to focus on why I'm stuck on the telephone. Trying to get people to tell me whether I'm in the zone. Repeat it, just keep heads up. Several of them is bones. Trying to get the bread I rolls, watching the GMOs. Dodging fear myself is like track and field. I could join the team back in school. I pick the microphone, swear everybody's watching. Fuck the guard and all them grades in college. It's all about trying to talk to a fucking globe. Bring it back home just to disrupt where I stay and say I did this for my people. See destruction underway. Man, feeling me is self-explained. Better buy made it by the gang. That'll tell you where my brain don't take tickets. can take me from a broken tone.
It's a lot of rappers and not enough visionaries, bro. Like, who are the niggas that are cultivating and not even cultivating, curating the fucking scene for niggas to break out? Like, niggas do a lot of talking about.
Hell nah, gang. You good, shit. I was good. Hell nah, you good. Hell nah, I ain't no shit like that.
Hopped off the,
You were good.
hopped off the pot, this pop with no reload. My life been dark, I'm black, I'm not emo. Turned up the heat, we peep, you won't see roll. Gang shit, you know. Okay, 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 assemble like Voltron, like I got my gold on. The blunt is like so strong, and you are the blunt. You better pray we don't prolong. The pen is a skunk, scoring you scrubbing off days law. I'm standing like days low, if shit cut short, you better try and go grow some. He's needing the dough, I split evenly though, bruh. I lived in the stove for like 5 to 9 months, duh. I'm really the son, I'm just telling you what's up. I seen niggas that couldn't rap to say their life earlier today, you know they treat this shit like it's riding a bike. It's too old, too far, but this shit sound like 1995. This no reload, the yee coast is alive. I'm about to flip this shit, Vinny the guy. Mafia names, the trail don't carry like leather rides. And wounds bigger than that box, Paul that reached inside. I'm about to get you guys gone, pull it back if I lie. Gang shit, you know. Okay, 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 hopped off the pot, this poppin' no reload. My life been dark, I'm black, I'm not emo. Okay, turned up the heat, we peep, you won't see roll. Okay, gang shit, you know. Okay, shouts out the games, I'm back, they go beast mode. Not one like I'm playing something, I look like Debo. Plus that who my hero told me that in life you won't carry without the ego. All might, I feel like semi invisible. Niggas think they the mark, you are not invisible. Been 10 o'clock, watch me as I depot. Can't pass the rock, you puff just past that Cavassier to God, nigga. For real, niggas like life is odd. I passed out, then I passed out through my thoughts. A pamphlet, it's all there, you heard the shot. The static inside my brain just channels, y'all. Check a ballpoint, I brand new flannel top. Converse is done, it's new shoes to ride. My new balance, cool filled in my dad's shoes. The schemes over, bitch, I been mad. You on some gang shit, you know. Okay, 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 hopped off the pot, this poppin' no reload. My life been dark, I'm black, I'm not emo. Okay, turned up the heat, we peep, you won't see roll. Okay, gang shit, you know. Gang shit.
Already set up there to Cleveland, and this shit ain't what it was. Now people mad bitching about why I take off the gloves. Now I put them back on just to hide a print of my thumbs. I'm a prince, my pedigree indigenous in my blood. My mom from New York, technically I'm rap shit royalty. So kiss the ring, I'm about to damage the soil. I'm scorching earth, somebody had to stand in front of the whole team. Shit boil over, expect your plans to be foiled, G. Toying with your gang on board, scrabbled your names, now you mad though. Not saying sorry because he has bros watching his operation on his corpse. The monopoly is enforced soon as you guess who owning the map though. Here's a clue, we'll connect for you. This game of life sad. They're trying to risk the pride for the stats aboard your battleships. The ops took a year to finally say some shit they sat on. Boy, stop playing Twister with your backbone. I hear him out, speaking on black and I'm blacking out. There's a disconnect, they don't know what the static about. I ain't a DI hire Brody, just hire on the priority list. The minority of people who spit, it's touch base. Y'all ain't got the work ethic to measure your dead weight. I'm what your lame ass in my workplace. My inner circle great with method to murk base. The villain that explain why everybody else turn face. These weird motherfuckers gon' find me my old ways. The prodigy flow major, product of close case. It's problematic, I probably embody the old grace. Kamikaze a prophet, I promise a cold fake. Cracking the code, it was selling while I was safe. Said it's snowing inside, should I call this shit home base? So cracking my code, my habitat dissipates. Being frank and sane can never replicate my DNA shit.
Oh, we're wasting time. What is your weakness? Well?
Get in. house, reality check, the flesh off. Need new material, couldn't find the slip. Now niggas tripped out like running out of money on my escapade. I'm escapable. It was me played to set a stage to facilitate the Drew Buffett game. I get back to the frame, I knew it's Andrew with 888 niggas making a wish to you. The only thing to do is be the star that you went to the moon to be. It make no sense to be the moonlight. Sheep jumping just to cover you, and so many times I felt worried about the stature. Praying for payment, but paving and stay on the pasture. They see the angle, it's 90 degrees, something could pivot in. God's laughed, all you kids, so nigga don't be afraid. Just get down. Get down. Get down. And thinking about it, I think I was broke. And most times we don't think about it, just let it implode. You ever thought about riding the highway and just letting go? I prepare family values, I made me a way for some hope. I'm still digging for the truth on where mentality gone. And what is crying when crying is just a crime when at home. And why is violent alliance is only way we work best. I'm at this fan reunion trying to get some shit off my chest. I'm at this damn delusion's end, how much more faith can I spend? My thoughts prior was prioritizing time with a pen. And now we just get picked up, then try to do the math for mashing all realities in. Fucking my friend can be a friend of my friend. Family bonds that fight the foes in my head. Will I am like John Stewart that said, like, getting off my ass is what the tombstone read when I was dead. I ain't always gonna depend on my legs. Right. Get down. And so many times I felt worried about the stature. Praying for payment but paving to stay on the pasture. They see the angle, it's 90 degrees, something could pivot in. God's laughed, all you hear, so nigga don't be afraid. Just get down. And reflecting on it, thought I was alone sometimes. So many niggas don't put thoughts into their lines. So much stopping me, you heard me on E is more than my drive. Like something was wrong with my life for a minute more. Let's decline, morality affirmed, stronger mortality's D now. Moped, cruising around through D-town. Really in a van, but it feel like I'm in a seat down. Moving around my cage and trying to find a way to free out. It's more than what your body feel, it's what your soul could be about. And it's more than where you're going, it's more so if you reroute. Like, shoot the sky, clear the air, boy. Pair up with the ones who paralegal say they paranoid. Praying for a pain, I had that preteens like I'm 34. I think I'm 57, 23. The pride and say it's war for anyone, but no, I can't hit anyone at all no more. The way I'm trying to move, put the payment for. The other day, I had this conversation with my homie Javion. He was
cause one of my people that just started rapping this year, they hit me and was like, man, I'm done. I'm gonna take all my shit down. I'm gonna quit. Like, what the fuck are you quitting for when you just started? This is literally the beginning. She's like, man, you know, rapping costs money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got too much cash to just throw around rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build an audience or find a base, build followers and shit. Like, how the fuck do I even do that? This, that, and the other. I need a job. Like, I'm trying to get my life together. I just don't think it's meant for me to rap right now. And I was like, nigga, welcome to the motherfucking rap game. This is the shit that niggas don't see. This is the part of the rap game that niggas don't see. You're going to be putting out way more than you're getting back, brother. I promise in the beginning, it's gonna feel impossible. You're gonna feel like... Are you sure? 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 Sitting in a room by myself and think over. Sitting in rooms by myself and no shoulders. Stuck trying to tell blunt shell and fuck it's over. Some stuck on this mind become uncontrollable. They pull a toll on you. Highways is sold on you. I'm high by the way, happy time and told you dairy being thinking God'll notice too. Touched the boat one time, light was still on, it's still it in my soul. And none of those who did wrong get healed over, none of those wounds did. It's been long, I try to shake it off like crackheads in coma. Shake back, childhood shit knowing I can't shake that. Yesterday was a nicer day, I been there, I did that on the madness. I'm a bastard on the dispatch. I ain't body but the soul playing mismatch. Type of nigga who claim he never did that. Niggas say they would've never mind, that's a back hit. Hey, a nigga, I'm trying to give me some get back. We took the meals, I view it all as a past tense. Learn from before the floor can be a big trap. It's all in my mind, I repeat it. Hell yeah, I been sure I'm seeing myself through IMAX, nigga.
Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Are you sure? 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 Big mock up running around for dirt cheap. The dirt tastes like dirt. I'm thinking it's funny. My life had that worth, but all this dry. Keep the hope alive. We can't ever die. See the pain arrives, then okay, we proceed. Niggas had to be doubt. I doubt that's easy. I say it all the time. It's always been me. I say it all the time. I'm tired. I'm asleep. I'm saying it's not eyes. Eyes is on him. My eyes is on him, which I barely read. Can't stretch the truth for you. Claim it's UG. My eulogy. Keep me right when I sleep. Frightened about man. A man fearing God is crazy what you think, but I am not God. No a nigga out the street. My nigga life is odd. I said it on track 3. It might be track 2. I changed places. Squeak out the box, but this side rooms like a peep. Niggas know me. Fanboy, that's KID. Niggas know wild camo with military green. Try to leave like nowhere heard the canary scream. That's what my price sound like through the weeks when I like myself. Niggas ask, are you sure? I don't know none yet. Still trying to figure out beyond death. Nigga, that's depth. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Niggas say they short, niggas never really been short. Are you sure? 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 Fuck it, nigga, let's get it then. Yeah. Fuck it, nigga, let's get it then. Fuck it, nigga, let's get it then. Slid on them like no J's in the crib. Niggas ain't on one, just near one, like 2 pictures on the building. Fuck you mean, I can't get a game, my rib. Rock around this bitch like pro, me to us, just something that was in the wheel, dog. The losing team, if he get killed, then you get killed, dog. Fuck it, can't even start off. Still I'm sharpening shields, dog. My sword just don't bay. You niggas is sore bay. I'm sore for sure from life aches. You niggas suck. Curb bay. I'm on the curb like point taken. Tryna get a van out of every friend, point breaking. Let me get a band like a group of friends, money staying. It's all a necessity to set your family in a blanket. You niggas don't understand the words, please to thank you. And I don't either, but I'm staying after I just take it. It's no leisure trying to get a toe in the banquet. It's no banking at the moment, but I'm praying, nigga. Fuck it, nigga, let's get it then. Fuck it, nigga, let's get it then. Hopped off the.
Welcome back. Wow. Okay. Now, if I were to say anything, what a beautiful prelux to another album. What a beautiful prelux. I feel like this is a very good transitional point from where he's been at to where he wants to be and where he sees himself and where I know he can be. Because that last track really hits home for a lot of things, and I think what he's talking about throughout the whole album, which we're going to talk about it here very shortly, really points to that. You know, this album really talks about, it really opens up more on the emotional front of what rappers really deal with on a day-to-day basis, and like the idea of giving up and the idea of like pushing forward, or you know, giving your all or not giving enough, and then, you know, backing down or feeling like you're not getting the results that you feel that you deserve. And then I think track four, despite the fact that it's only 23 seconds, really hammering in what the fuck I'm doing right now. Like it was really like it really brought me into what I'm doing as we speak. Like literally, this fucking QR.97 episode is something that I'm trying to do that I think more people may not recognize of what I'm doing with this, but I think they'll understand what I'm doing later on. And I think the way that I see it, it will be a pivotal point, you know? So, let's go through it. I'm going to turn down the music. I'm going to turn down the volume like kind of hella low. And then we're going to play through the top. Let it play in the background. But, yeah, okay, so let's start. Softcore version 2, okay? Now, I've never heard of softcore version 1, so I don't know what he's talking about on that one. But with this one, it's like, I don't know, hopefully this ain't too loud, but what I wrote down for this is the knowledge and references push boundaries. He's really taking his time to write and speak to the listener about the trials and tribulations. There's a lot of emotional intelligence needed to share and explore in order to connect. And that's what I mean. And like, that's something by like, what I mean by that is that like, as an artist, you have to experience life before you can digest it, reflect, and then speak on it. And I feel like that's what he's been able to do in the past. And like, that's why I feel like this album is more of like an understanding of like a rapper's perspective, you know, like putting out bodies of work that you have a lot of faith and a lot of love in, but not getting, you know, having 171 monthly listeners. That's a good number, but at the same time, like I said at the very beginning, this motherfucker deserved more. Benny is a tough ass artist and he's good at what he does. And I think if you listen to what we just listened to, you understand that. And I think if you listen to everything that he has out already and you go through and, you know, you tap in to what he's doing, you start to realize that. Like, bro, features, he cooks, bro. Cooks. So, you know, I think that's why it's a beautiful intro track to what we're actually going to hop into for the rest of the album. And I think it's just insane to have that play and have that be the intro track. But then we go into Relay to Liray. Hopefully I'm not butchering these names. I'm not gonna lie, I could be butchering these fucking names, but we're gonna keep on going. Relay to Liray. The volume. There's something that I realized is that on certain tracks, I think just like Relay to Liray and maybe GMO, volume goes up, the volume goes down. It's like kind of interesting the way that how he built that track. But I did say in this is what I wrote down. Wordplay is something I find Vinny is incredible at. It's really something beautiful to have so much cadence explored and shown. It's something I find Vinny does really well. Speaking on his family and birth is beautiful. And that little raw bit at the end is stunning. And I find more artists nowadays are tapping into the rawness of like the actual recording process, where it's like you don't get the perfectly edited or like lined up track. Like I think even JID did this on God Does Like Ugly. I think he did it on I think it was either Off Blue or Of Blue or K-Word. I think he did it on, but it sounded like he was really like it was the backtracks or like it was the recording process of what he was doing for those tracks. And you get a little bit of that for at the end of Relay to Liray. And I don't know, his wordplay is something beautiful, and it's like I know so much about this artist. I know so much about Vinny. Like low key we homies, high key we homies. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Bro's god tier. But to still learn more about his life, and that's why I love being a fan. But that's why I also, I try and draw that line between fan and friend, because at the same time, as much as I love being your friend, bro, I also love being a fan of what you do. Like I'm a fan of your art. I'm a fan of this. And it's hard to separate sometimes. So this is where I get to be a fan. And that's why I wanted to take the moment to really like listen to the project for the first time and then share my experience with you guys. But he talks about his mom a little bit. He talks about his birthing process and everything like that. And I thought that was real wholesome and real expressive of him. Something that I don't think we tapped in too much of. So that was really cool. And like I said, his wordplay is next level. And I don't know, it was a nice little, and like the cadence. I think if when you listen to him, he has a certain level of cadence that like some people, like it's not that it sounds angry at certain times, but it's passionate. There's a lot of passion within the words and within the way that he's approaching the music. And I think shout out Germ. I don't know who produced all the tracks. I assume Germ had a pretty good hand on this, but beautiful work. Yeah, that was a little. Yeah, that little cut at the end. And then we go into GMO, Insulator Helmet, which I think it was a standout track for me personally. Like what? Let's tap it. Let's turn it up a little bit. Oops. A beat? I said for this track, the beat is insane. The production so far is so unique and new. This one specifically sounds cinematic, yet has a bunch of arcade sounds. I heard like, you hear a little bit of like, I don't know, like arcade shooters or some shit like that, with some natural sounds mixed in. It's something I love to hear, like, and I feel like Vinny's beat selection is so unique. Like, I don't know, just. And this is where, like, if you're an artist and everything, I feel like to maximize or to just do specific things, I feel like if you're linking up with the producer, like say like Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs, right? I feel like they could have definitely done an alternative version or like on a different platform, maybe SoundCloud, you put all the beats up. So you get the instrumental album, you get the album itself, and I don't know, it's just like some of these beats are so beautiful that like they're so good. Like with the lyrics, it adds so much. But even just listening to the beat, you're just like in a trance. I don't know. It's shout out to the producer. But as if you may have listened, some of the tracks feed into the next track, and I feel like maybe that's more so near the end. But I feel like GMO taps into track 4, and then God's Laughter taps into track 7, and track 7 taps into Are You Sure? So I think it's super sick that when people do that, because I feel like it brings the project to a more cohesive kind of like standing, I'll say, or position. There's more cohesion with it when you do that, and I don't know, I just really fucked with that. So hopefully the volume. Also, I don't know how it's sounding. I hope the volume is good. I hope you guys can hear me, but I know that I'm playing the album in the background. But I think it's just important that as we talk about it, it's played in the background. But I did want to focus on just the music, so that's why we didn't do this in the beginning, because I kind of just want to listen to it. And then track 4, we're gonna talk a little bit about that because it happens really quickly. But the one word that I picked out of there was visionaries. And this is the point where I had to like sit back and be like, wow, like I'm trying to do exactly what he's talking about, and it's just being like having platforms really like push push new artists, push our giving people that kind of like space to be showcased. And that's really what QIOM was all about in the beginning. And it's going to be that for as long as I can make it that. And it will always be that. Curating the scene. Curating the scene for getting an artist to break out. You know, like that's... If there's anybody that's ever been like who wants to be that guy, that's me. That's me. And then we get into gang shit. And I mentioned here, I was like, so far on this album, he has reference of Ultron, Thor, and I know this bro loves superheroes, so it's sick to hear the impact of that culture. But I also had to put as a reminder that superheroes and hip hop have always been in heavy connection over the years, so it's kind of sick to still have that be a part. And I think when you look at rap music and hip hop music, well, we'll call it hip hop music for sure. There's always been a lot of pop culture references, and like I feel like that's where a lot of bars you hear like create more impact, is when they can be related to things outside. And I feel like the artists know that, and it's just kind of, it's very interesting because it's like the most, I don't want to say culturally appropriate because I don't think that's the right term, but it's more like culturally, it recognizes culture more so than I feel like other genres do, where it like creates more connection with things that we are going through and dealing with. And I think that's the history of hip hop in itself, because when you go back in the history books of hip hop, it was street politics that was being presented, and it was always like it was used as a political voice for those who needed to speak on certain things. And it was said in the streets. It was in New York, and it was said in the tunnels where the buses or where the trains were going through, and it was said on the streets. And it was done with buckets. You know, people were making patterns of beats on buckets and shit. It's like so interesting to see that certain parts of like the original birth of hip hop is still doing that. So I feel like when people say that hip hop is dead, you're not understanding that it's still doing it, the exact thing that it's been doing for the last 55 years. And I find that so crazy. And it's so beautiful. And then Zayn cooked. Yeah, Zayn's cooking on this track, bro. Zayn's feature is insane. But Zayn's been rapping, okay? Zayn raps, okay? Bro cooks. And I'm so glad to see Zayn on this project, because bro's good. Bro is good. But yeah, that's gang shit. That was the lead single, so that's cool to see. Cool to hear. Like I said, if you want to listen to this track on your own, everything you need to know is right here. Artist BNY period. Called Group Hug. Look for the insulator helmet. And tap into the other projects. Trust me, we'll be talking about them in the future, but please go do it before I have to tell you again, you know? And there's like a little interludes and shit. It's so sick. But then we go into God's Laughter. And God's Laughter, this is where I said the vibe switch, yet the energy is maintained. This is a rapper talking to rappers, exploring the life and battles faced. This is what I would call the thinker track, the one that has you sit back and pulls you back into reflection mode. You know, like it's a little slower, like in a way, but it's the way that he's talking or speaking to you. You know, it's like more self-aware, more of a conversation, more of like more of the track that makes you sit back and you really listening at this point. You know, like you're hearing for things prior to some of the other tracks, but here you're listening to what he's got to say, because you understand that like there's something going on. There's some things that you need to focus on, and this is that track that really highlighted that for me. And I feel like a lot of albums, they all have that, where it's like, nah, you gotta focus up, you know. And so, and I think even just the power of the name, God's Laughter, you know, like, what's he laughing at? Is he laughing at my pain? Is he laughing at my struggles? Is he laughing because I don't see the vision? You know, like, what is it that he's laughing at? And I think between God's Laughter and track 7, we really understand where it's the rappers talking to rappers, because, you know, near the end of this track, Vinny and the other artist, I call him Javion, but it's not Javion. He mentions it earlier, but they start talking about, Javion mentioned, my bad for saying your name improper, but Javion mentions that one of his friends who, you know, rapped a little bit this year and shit, came to a point where he was like, yo, I'm gonna delete all my music, you know, I'm not getting out of this what I thought I'd be getting out of this and shit like that. And what I would say to him is that, like, you understand that you're in the first 55 years of hip-hop. You know how crazy that is? Do you understand how crazy that is, right? And like, that's what I don't understand when I'm talking, like, this is where I have to humble myself, is that, like, no matter what I'm doing right now, I'm making enough impact and enough connection to those who are doing it, have been doing it, and continue and will further the needle in the game, to the point where, like, I'm cemented. I've done things with artists that I know are crazy, that I know are big, that I know have impact, and I've worked with one of the audio engineers for Denzel Curry. Like, we're tight. We are homies. Shout out Hector, you know. And I was able to sit in a room and we were able to lock in. And but my buddy has a project that we recorded and did with Hector, which for me is crazy, you know. Like, it's such a highlight in my career. I feel like I'm done. Like, I don't need to do anything else, you know. Like, I'm embedded. I'm melded in, and like, I have other artists that like look to me and support me and push me and tell people about me, and they're like, yo, you know, like, if you want to do shit, like, go talk to QIOM, and he, you know, like, he'll figure out something for you. And that's why I feel my back getting heavy, because I feel like I'm like, but like, it's not heavy. It's just like I have more room in my backpack to carry shit, you know, and I'm willing to walk the distance with these people on my back to make sure that I can get them to where they deserve to be. And that's why QIOM was so important to me in the beginning. And then we get to the closing track. And the closing track is something that Vinny asked recently. He's like, yo, what's everybody's favorite track? And the first person said, are you sure? And I understood after listening to it in the first round why. And what I said here is, Vinny really be speaking a lot of facts and real experiences of the now, the early stages, the self-doubt, the harsh critique, the battle of is it worth it? It's something no matter the field you're in, you battle with. Output versus impact. That's why it's never been more important to dedicate as much of yourself to everything to ensure no matter you stay or go, you can't say I ain't give it enough. And I think that's the beauty in the switch, where Vinny almost comes off angry on the switch up. And within, I think it's like 2 minutes into the track or something like that, Vinny just switches, and he goes from like this lighthearted kind of like, let me speak to you, to like, I'm angry and I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I want to show you that I know what I'm doing, and I know that it's time. And that's why I think that this is a beautiful prelux, or prelude to the next project. And now my cat is getting mad because I have spent an hour and 15 minutes without her and without looking at her. She's mad about it. But as we come to the end, I just wanted to say thank you, Vinny, to letting me review this album. I want to say thank you to Vinny for putting out this album and putting out all the work. And I just want to thank you for being, the artist that you are today. Because, like, without you, bro, you are the type of artist that I do this shit for. You and so many others who look to me and, see my vision of what QIOM can be, but also have your own vision of what QIOM can be, and also have your own appreciation for what it is, and just doing what you are supposed to be doing. And I just want to let you guys know you're on the right path. You're on the right path. We're doing it, okay? Like, you're in the game. The game recognizes game, and you wouldn't have been able to do the things you have been able to do without the work that you put in. And you put in a lot of work, and I just want you to know that that is recognized. And I appreciate you for that, and I think it's beautiful. And no matter if you're an up-and-coming artist or you're an established artist, your love and your shit, don't do that to my curtains. What the fuck? You're stuck. Fuck you. Anyways, thank you for listening. If you watched this whole thing, stop meowing at me. 2026 is going to be huge. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope the volumes were all good. I hope you don't listen to my cat in the background. I hope there was no other background noises that interrupted this. But I hope you understand that this is raw, uncut. Like, this is me opening up. I was never one to want to be on camera. I never wanted to be, the voice. I'm not that type of person. I just wanted to push the platform, push the narrative, and let people know that there's good music out there. You ain't have to act like shit don't exist. You don't have to just listen to it 1 week and act like nothing is good anymore. Like, music is out there, and good shit is out there. And, y'all, we sometimes all need to group hug one another and make sure that we all understand that, like, we in this together. It is not a solo game. It is not a solo win. It's not a solo battle. We are doing this together. Okay? Culture, artists, producers, engineers, all that. Okay? We're all in this together. We all got to change the game up when the time comes. And right now, the time has come where we have to reinvent the way that we share music, reinvent the way that we listen to music, reinvent the way that we do things. And I think that we're on a good path. I think that we're in a good transitional period where we're seeing the impact of what happens when, artists aren't getting paid, or artists, do this and do that, and, whatever it may be. So thank you, Vinny, for the project. Thank you, everybody who's partaked in this project. Shout out Germ, shout out Javion, shout out everybody. Shout out Zane. Y'all were beautiful on this project. My cat's meowing at me. I'm sorry. I hope that she doesn't meow at me in the future episodes, but I can guarantee you that she will. As the project finishes up, we are complete. We will be coming back and listening to other projects about Vinny. And if you don't already, you should follow I've Been Vinny on Instagram. There it is. It's on Threads. Follow Black Records, blk.rec. Follow QIOM. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to live streaming. We did it. We're doing it. I'm not going to lie. There's other shit that you can go see on here that you may not have seen before. Shit's tight. Shit's amazing. We have the intended scroll. We have happy 50th birthday to hip hop because we made a cool shit for that. And just be excited to see more, because more is coming. More is coming. And I'm going to do my best to be the visionary that people are asking for and people need in order to, do shit properly. So, thank you. This is QR.97. This was Vinny, Group Hug. I love y'all. Have a great day. I hope the volume was good. I'll see you guys in the future.